Yikes. Okay. All right, what's up, guys? Johnny, what's going on, buddy? Welcome, welcome to a fun Sunday night of breaks. A little mixer going on. Christoph, man, what happened? What happened to your team, my man? My, oh my. Stupid Giants. What are you going to do? That's all right. The Eagles will beat them up next week for you. Chris, Rich, John, how are you, boys? All right. Welcome, everyone, especially for anybody who's new to the channel. A bit about us. We've been around for 5 years now. We break mostly baseball. We ship all cards from every break. We're very generous with the top loading. We ship as quickly as our little hands will move. We do have a holiday tomorrow, so Tuesday, things will be going out. If you are new to the channel, make sure you hit the subscribe button. We do free breaks. When we do them, we use our subscriber list from YouTube for the random. So if you want a chance to get into any of our future free breaks, if I could speak English, just hit the old subscribe button. Alrighty, teams. D-backs, John R. Braves, Christopher H. Orioles, Tim P. Red Sox, Chris F. Cubs, Ryan C. White Sox, Ryan C. Reds, Jeff T. Guardians, Brandon G. Rockies, Ryan C. Tigers, Rich L. Royals, Christopher H. Astros, Matthew B. Angels, Carl G. Dodgers, John R. Brewers, John T. and Twins, Chris F. Marlins, John R. Mets, Bruce F. Yankees, Chris F. Phillies, Tim P. Pirates, Ryan C. Cardinals, Jan C. Padres, Robert H. Giants, Christopher H. Mariners, Dustin C. Rays, John R. Rangers, Jacob F. Blue Jays, Daniel N. And Nationals, Tim P. You got a Reggie Jackson autographed jersey? Nice. Guys, there are still a few teams that aren't paid for. If you could, I'm not going to hold the break up or anything, but please, if you could pay for your teams, I would appreciate it. Okay. All right, let's do it. Our other little tops mixer we have, which was obviously a bad idea on my point, but hey, who knows? Maybe we'll find something good. You never know. How'd you run into a Reggie Jackson autographed jersey? Was that just something you treated yourself to, or something that just kind of materialized? You know, things materialize sometimes. All right, let's do a little camera fixing. Why do I feel like we're totally crooked here? What is going on? Is that crooked or is my head crooked? I can't tell. All right, here we go. Good luck, everyone. Oh, and a mixer, you got one. Nice. Mixa. Marcus Stroman. La, da, 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 da. Base pack. Ugh. Base pack. Two of the worst words you can say together. Base pack. And Willie Adamas, Generation Now. Our main man, Abraham Toro, my favorite player in the whole league. Yeah, man, it does sound like a good $40. Was it jerseys or what was it like? Or was a jersey a part of it, or how'd that all work out? Ortega, Syndergaard, Baz, rookie. It's amazing how that works out sometimes. You know, you buy into breaks, you don't get anything, and then one day you spend like $20 on something, and oh my God, you believe that? That's the beauty of a break. Aaron Judge, throwback. Clayton Kershaw, All-Star. Come on, we got to find ourselves a rookie short print, baby. Rookie short print. That'll make it all worth it. Do 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 do. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Machado. Robert, what's up, buddy? How are you, my friend? So is people have to work tomorrow? Or is everybody off tomorrow? Kyle Lewis, Generation Now. Super Wild Card Weekend, Monday night. Crum Stadium back in archive. Huh. Nice. Off. Yeah, I'm not. Cafe's not open tomorrow. So I get to just sort cards all day. You got to work, John? Nice. Normal week for you, Chris? Well, yeah, you know, do you guys ever close, Chris? Probably not, right? Jeez, what's with the base packs, man? Come on. Throw something in there. Put an insert in there. Something. Oh, you didn't get a judge? Really? That sucks. You know what the funny thing is? Most of the judges in Chrome have been in the silver packs. Like, that's where I notice when people pull them, they're always pulling them out of the silver pack. The base ones, anyway. Well, we're doing a little Chrome break on Thursday night, so, you know, they're in play. I have a few boxes left here. Actually, I have a bunch of boxes left here. I'm just trying to pepper them in where I can, but I thought we'd do one this week and see if anybody's buying for me to decide what I want to do with the rest of the stuff. Might just sell it online. I don't know. Willie Calhoun, George Brett. If the weather is bad, yeah. People got to be able to gamble, man. 365, baby. O'Neal Cruz rookie. Hey, something. What do we got? Charlie Barnes rookie for Minnesota. For Chris. Here you go, bud. Minnesota. Man, old Danny Dimes putting it on the Vikings today, huh? Jeez. And well, Frank Thomas relic, 23 of 50 for the White Sox. For Ryan. There you go, bud. Got a little pinstripe peak in the side there. Hold on, I gotta get a proper size top. That'd be the next show they're remaking. Put it on right after Night Court. There we go. Frankie Thomas relic. Yeah, if the Cowboys win, yeah. The Eagles are playing the Giants because the Giants are the lowest seed on Saturday now. Whereas if they would have lost, then they would have played whoever won tomorrow night's game. So I'm officially rooting for Tom Brady tomorrow because, it's the Cowboys and they suck. My wife and son will be, excuse my language for a minute, my wife and son will be bringing out their Fuck Dallas shirts tomorrow. Michael Taylor, advanced stat parallel, 206 to 300. It's so weird that, like, out of the rivalries that we could have, the Dallas is the real big one. Like, and I've heard people say that it's big in Dallas, but it's nowhere near as big for Dallas to us as it is for us to Dallas, like that type of thing. Dallas's big rivalry for a long time was always the Redskins, but I guess since, or the Commanders, whatever they're called now. I guess since they've perpetually sucked for so long, it's kind of lost its luster a little bit. But, I mean, there really isn't a Sunday in the football season that you can't go out and spot at least 6. I root for the Eagles and anyone who's playing the Dallas Cowboys shirts. Like, even and we've had, we shouldn't really complain. There's Edward Cabrera. That's a nice one for Miami. 182 of 499. Excuse me. God, I can't clear my throat. What was I saying? Oh, so we've had a fair amount of good football years in this town in the last 30 years. I mean, we really have. We've only won the one Super Bowl, but that's better than a lot, But we've had more winning seasons than losing, which, before the well, actually, I should say the last 25 years, before like the 90s was not really the case, The Eagles were easily like one of the worst teams in football for a long time. But even in those really, really bad years, if they beat Dallas once, people were okay. Like it's like our mini Super Bowl in this town, As long as you beat Dallas, we'll still be there the next year. If you don't, then, and God forbid if you're a Cowboys fan in this town. Ooh, boy. Sweet Shade Lindor, that does not fly in Philadelphia. Thanks, Sean. But, like, you would think that the Giants would be the big one. Like, the Giants are right up the road, 90 miles away. Like, not only the division, but the proximity, all those things can play into it, but just not nearly as big a deal. Dugout, congratulations. The Ohtani on there. That's a cool card. 4 of 76 for the Angels is Carl. Or even, the Redskins, like the Commanders, whatever they're called. Thank God. I've only just started calling Cleveland the Guardians, so usually it takes me a year or two. Again, proximity, so on and so forth, but no, it's It's the Cowboys. And we used to have the Cardinals in our division back in the day. Some of you younger folk may not know that, but the Cardinals were in St. Louis at one point. Soto. And the division was made up of the Cardinals, the Eagles, the Cowboys, the Giants, and the Redskins when I was a kid. They did some weird things, like some weird geographical things. I mean, and they stayed in the division when they went to Arizona for a while, and then they changed it. I don't know, maybe 10 years ago or something like that. But Cardinals were never really a big deal. They were just there. We used to lose to them all the time, even though they were usually terrible. Strider rookie, Jordan Montgomery, Giolito. New AI dating for all tastes and ages. Interesting. Useless home run challenge cards. Box number 2. Numeral dos. Back in the day, there were some very strange, like, teams in weird divisions. Who was trying to remember. Somebody like on the East Coast was in the Western Division in football. Like, I can't even remember who it was, but like Atlanta or someone like that played in like the NFC West or something weird along those lines. Alec Dickerson. There's a Wander Franco Sweet Shades rookie for the Rays. Nice. Oh, yeah. Chris is a Vikings fan. My man, Chris. I tried to go easy. I just made a small comment at the beginning. I don't know if you heard me, but Danny was dropping dimes on the Vikings today. I'm very happy to play the Giants. Tampa. Yeah, Tampa was in the NFC North, right? The Braves were in the West, Robert. That's what I was thinking of. Yeah, the Braves were in the West in the 80s. That's who I was thinking of. Thank you. Yeah, it was weird back in the day. I mean, I don't know how they ever originally put them there, but I guess it was just a matter of how many teams they had and when they came in and even out divisions and all that type of stuff. Yeah, Chris, did you get to watch the game today or were you sleeping? Stan Musial die cut blue for the Cardinals for Jan. I think maybe he just doesn't want to talk about it. Remember Tampa's old uniforms, the old Buccaneers orange and white? Oh man. Like for as cool as their uniforms are now, that's how bad they were back in the day. I think most football fans are in one way or another, unless you're, bandwagon Patriots fan or something. Although it's nice to see some of their pain now. Austin Riley. Not that all sports aren't that way. And I mean, honestly, it is pretty amazing. Like, is it the NFC East? The Eagles. So the Eagles win the NFC East this year. This is like some ungodly amount of years in a row where the division winner has been different every year. This was like the 16th or 17th year in a row or something like that. Like, I forget what the number actually was, but it is amazing the amount of parity there is in football. More so than any other sport, I think. And Because I think there's a lot more factors in football, injury being a major factor. More so, and again, not that injury is not a factor in every sport, obviously it is, but it seems like in football it's much more, it can tend to have a much bigger impact than a lot of other sports, you know? I mean, don't get me wrong, your team's always better with your all-star player, but you know, when you're a baseball team who plays 162 games a year, or you know, basketball team that plays 82 games a year, 64, I meant 164. Devers home run challenge, like it doesn't show as much, you know, like you take the Eagles and Jalen Hurts being hurt and they lose 2 games. They were 13-1. They end up 13-3, 14-3. You know, I mean, still did what they had to, but one loss is so glaring in football, O'Neal Cruz rookie, that it seems to be much more impactful on the sport. Javi Baez, All Star. And sometimes the numbers are crazy because keep the sports straight. I know, right? Because you don't realize, because other sports play so many games, you don't realize how much impact they have. Like, and again, I have, you know, used Philly sports as my base. So, you know, they'll run the numbers on like how well do the Sixers do when Joel Embiid's in the lineup or out of the lineup, or you know, and well, he misses a fair amount of games, so I guess it probably is glaring, but maybe he's a bad example. But or you take a baseball team, how do the Phillies do with Harper in the lineup or out of the lineup? You know, pool host die cut, and it might not seem as impactful at the time what's happening, but then when they run the numbers, it's like, oh, geez, they're, you know, like last year with the Orioles when Adley came up to the team. You know, they ended up going for the rest of the season like 18 games over 500. And I mean, yes, you see them doing better. You don't realize how big an impact it is until afterwards you sit down and do the numbers, you know. Romy Gonzalez, rookie to 2022. You watched it, Chris? Yeah, I was, and I kind of fell asleep. I was doing some stuff. I had to go meet one of my card guys up in the Northeast Philly and this and that. And I got back and the game was on and it was close. And I was like, I'm going to sit down and watch this. And I remember it was somewhere in the third quarter and I was enjoying the game. And then I woke up and it was over. I was like, whoops. Yeah, that's true, Chris. That is absolutely true. But in football, you know, how many times have you seen a team, you know, having a great year and then that quarterback goes down and they're just done, you know? Lorenzo Kane and Altuve. Now, look, anyone with half a brain will say a quarterback alone can't run an entire football team. They can obviously be very, very important to the team, you know, but you do need good wide receivers, good running backs, isn't that people to do their jobs, you know? But sometimes missing that one key element has such an impact. And like I said, in football, you lose a game or two and that's it, you know? I mean, you can go to the World Series. Your best player can not play the first 2 games. You still got 5 games to figure, to figure it out, you know. But in football, it's like, yeah, one and done. So that's why football's always been amazing to me. Like my son and I were actually, my son was here for a little while today, and he was going snowboarding, and he was getting his stuff together, and we were kind of talking about this, like how in football you get these opportunities, like we were talking about Brock Purdy, you know, and you get these opportunities, and if you don't take advantage of it almost immediately, you know, you don't get much of a chance after that. You know, you can be a first round draft pick as a quarterback, get 5 or 6 games, be really, really bad, and then just be like, all right, we're done. You know, and then maybe by some stroke of luck, 5 years down the line, when you're a third stringer because of injury, you get in and show something, you know. But it's amazing how, you know, what do we got here for the Cubbies? Look at that. The Hawk. Wow. For Ryan, nice hit, man. He still has such a gorgeous signature, man. Andre Dawson. Throwback auto. Nice hit. I'll give you a little clap on that one. Well, you know, it was funny. I read, and I know I've brought this up before. We've talked about this in the past, but I read this article in Sports Illustrated, I don't know, maybe 5 years ago. And they took all the draft picks in football in the history of the draft, and they ranked each round as far as success in the league, meaning how many Hall of Famers, how many years career, how many this, how many that, you know? And first of all, the number one round with the most successful players in the history of football has been the seventh round. There's been more Hall of Famers, more years played, more money made from seventh rounders than even the first rounders. In fact, the first round was like fourth out of all the rounds. And free agency, like free agent signings, was not far behind the first round. Like, and my son and I were kind of talking about that today. Like, how many first rounders come out and really do have truly successful careers, you know? Otto Lopez, a rookie variation for the Blue Jays. Daniel, there you go. I mean, now granted, we can all, you know, give examples and so on and so forth. And I suppose it also depends on what you consider success, you know. Like I said, they were basing it on the amount of Hall of Famers, the amount of years played, and there was something else. I forget what the third thing was, but it's amazing to kind of think of that. Like, so when you see a guy like Brock Purdy, who they love to bring up over and over and over again, you know, Mr. What do they call him? Mr. Irrelevant? Because it's a good story, I get it, but or bringing up Tom Brady and where he was, you know, drafted so late in the draft and he's the best quarterback to ever play the game. But honestly, those rounds have produced way more better players than the first round has in the history of the draft. So sometimes I think it's all just a crapshoot, you know? I would love to get my hands on that article again. It was really interesting. I read it in a doctor's office of all places. I was like, and I remember I was in the middle of reading the one's like, you can come in now. I was like, could you take someone else? I want to finish this. And I did. Kevin Smith, rookie rainbow, and Mike Trout, sweet shades. Sometimes I think baseball, like you said about, you know, you can't win it, but you can lose it in April, which is absolutely true. Um, Sometimes I think the hardest thing of a baseball season is how long it is. Like, and I'm sure maybe there's a story I'm not aware of. I don't know how they ever came up with that actual number of games that they play, but like when you really look at schedules of baseball teams, Walker Bueller, like they have to get to August and be like, oh my God, I have to look at one more baseball. Like it's such a long season and there's so many games to be played. It's crazy. Like, and believe me, as a massive baseball fan, the last thing I'd like to see them do is cut back. But I do wonder how successful teams would be or players would be if the season was say 100 games plus the playoffs. You know, because now, I mean, okay, granted, it's a much different game than it was 100 years ago and everything. But, you know, you used to hear about the guys who pitched every other day and did this and did that. And now guys are, you know, they can't pitch but every 6 days and this and that. But you wonder if the season was shorter, if that could change, you know, and the impact it would have on teams in general. Because a lot of times you see those teams who are playing well and then they hit August and it's just like wah, wah, straight down the tubes, you know, especially with younger teams. You see that sometimes. All right, into the update. Let's see. Torkelson rookie. Shohei. How bad was it, John, after Hader was traded from the Brewers? Do you know number wise, like, or after he was traded? Did it? Corey Seager. And I thought their whole purpose of doing that was they had other guys to take a spot, right? And didn't they have another closer who was supposed to be pretty good? Plus, there was a salary thing, right? Logan Gilbert generation now. Oh, 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 oh. For the Rays, a Wander Franco 87 throwback to 299, 268 of 299. Nice hit. Old numbered Wander doesn't never hurt anyone. For John R. There you go, buddy. And Julio rookie behind that. They were first with 3-game lead and tanked. Really? Wow. Now, was he staying in San Diego or was he a rental? Pena rookie. Ramos. Like, was he supposed to get a new contract this year, or is he have a couple of years left? Gil, what's up, buddy? Al Kaline die cut for Detroit. $14 million. Hader's still in the Padres. What does he have, another year or two still? I don't know. Is $14 million a lot for a guy his caliber? I don't know. It doesn't sound like a lot compared to what they're paying some of these guys these days. Sonny Gray. I mean, I realize he's a closer, but excuse me. Corbin Burns and rivalry love. Braves and Washington. Braves is Christopher. Washington is Tim. We'll have to random that unless we get another one, and then we'll split them. We'll just roll a die at the end of the break for whoever gets it, because it's not a team card. It's a MLB card. So Wander debut. And to 2022, Darren Ruff. Christopher. Buddy. Former Philly. I think it's 1 year deal. Michael, how are you, buddy? Thanks for joining us. I appreciate it. Yeah, I guess it's a lot for a small market team, I suppose. I don't know, is it? I don't know. The contracts are so out of control these days. It's hard to tell. I mean, it really is. It's these guys get paid so much money. The pro players from like 30, 40 years ago have to just be like, oh my God, like, I can't even retire. I have to work the local Walmart. And these guys sitting on the bench make $1 million a year. Like, it's just got to make them sick. Vladdy Jr. And I think the worst part of that too is it's not like the teams didn't make money back then. Okay, they didn't make the billions they make now, but this guy certainly could have been paid much, much better than they were. A lot of greedy owners back in the day, that's for sure. Poor guy's got a World Series ring. He's a greeter at Walmart. Last year. Oh, for arbitration. Yeah. Nolan Ryan. So we got. Hold on 1 second. I gotta fix a file here. We're about to have a disaster. We got Bowman draft coming up next. That'll actually be it for this week. New release. We got Topps Finest and Immaculate, both supposed to be out this week. I know Finest is on its way. Immaculate, I'm still, or not Immaculate. Flawless. I'm sorry, Flawless. We are doing some Immaculate next week along with NT. But Flawless is supposed to be out this week too. I haven't been charged for it yet, which makes me a little nervous. And I believe we were talking about Elite Extra Edition last night. It got pushed back again till like the middle of February. So it was originally supposed to be this coming week. Then it got pushed to the first week of February. And now I think it's pushed to like the 20th or something like that of February. So Panini's not exactly throwing them out there, you know. But you guys will know. I'll keep you informed as best I can. Griffey die cut. But if so everything's up on eBay for next week pretty much. Like I said, I haven't posted any Flawless yet, but if it does come in, we'll do at least one Flawless break next weekend at some point too, if you guys are into that. Sonny Gray. I know I've said this before, and I'm going to say it again. I'd be okay if they stopped making Sonny Gray cards. I really would. I think everybody has enough Sonny Gray cards in their collection. Well, you're looking for short prints in a hobby box. That's what's. I mean, that's where the action is in short prints. And you'd be surprised at the value of a lot of the numbered parallels and rookies and stuff over time. But yeah, I mean, they're inexpensive breaks when you do for Series 1, Series 2 updates. I mean, whether you're doing a hobby or a jumbo, I mean, in my estimation, I mean, yeah, jumbos are nice, Hunter Green, because you get more hits, but the hits are crap for the most part. I mean, you're usually getting, there you go, nice Soto short print for San Diego. Not to mention, it's one of the first Soto cards in his Padres uniform. For my man Robert, he'll like that one. I don't get me wrong. I like the fact that jumbos have more hits in them, like I said, but unfortunately, it's a lot of the manufactured patch crap and that type of thing. It's not always, it's not great stuff always. Usually, I mean, in my estimation, doing this for as long as I have and so on and so forth, short prints are easier to find in hobbies than they are in jumbos. But that's just my opinion. Royce Lewis. Black gold rookie. Yeah, blasters. Yeah, blasters and all kinds of stuff. Yeah, you can believe me, you're preaching the choir here, my friend. We do a lot of blaster stuff around here. Bobby Witt rookie. Some of the best hits we've ever pulled have been out of blasters. Otani All-Star. Quan rookie. We haven't done any in a while though. We used to do more. It's funny. I'm thinking about that right now. We haven't done a blaster break in a while. Yes, we've pulled lots of good stuff out of blasters. The best Topps Chrome hit we had this year was out of a blaster, that's for sure. Bobby Witt, 87. Everyone always preaches about the hanger boxes and stuff too. It's funny. I was actually looking recently. I was thinking about one time, maybe this year. I know I've said this in the past. Maybe this year I'll force it. When one of the flagships come out, we'll do like a full case of like hangers. Like 108 hanger boxes or something like that in a break. That'd be kind of cool. Ryan Tepera for the Angels to 499, 237 to 499. Rich Hill. All right. I was also a bigger fan of blasters when they were not ridiculously overpriced too, as they are now. That's the other thing. When blasters were $20, they were perfect. The $30-$40 blasters are getting a little ridiculous. So I'm hoping they'll, as the hobbies calm down some, hopefully blasters will calm down a little bit too. What do we got here? Speaking of manufactured patches, there's one right there. Jose Altuve for Houston, Jackie Robinson Day patch, commemorative Jackie Robinson Day patch. Houston is Matthew. There you go, buddy. The thing I was just complaining about. There it is. I jinxed myself. There we go. Yeah, the helmets and the look. Don't get me wrong; they've made some really excellent uh, relics over the years. Like the hat patch relic they did last year and the year before. They were awesome. They were, and I mean, again, they're just manufactured, but they were cool. But there's been some other ones that have just been so bad. Like the helmet is a pretty bad one. The worst one ever was the Players Day one from like 3 years ago or 4 years ago. Like some of them have, but so I mean they're not all terrible or anything. Some of them are actually kind of cool looking, but yeah, it's still it's still manufactured relic. I mean, come on, there's not enough jerseys out there. You can't stick a napkin relic in something at least. Not that that's much better, but at least it's real. You know, Stephen Kwan generation now rookie. Oh, thanks, man. Appreciate it. Since Baltimore's making a game of it, huh? Oscar Mercado Rainbow. So this is our last box. Then we will do our silver packs, do a hit recap, and get out of here. Suzuki rookie. Chapman 87. For update, oh yes, it's absolutely the best in the company. 2000 and 2001 update were some of the worst products they've put out. And unfortunately, something that should have been amazing this year, the Chrome series, have been terrible too. Perez to 2022, not because they didn't have the players. The Topps just screwed it up. Topps Chrome was so bad with the whole insert, and then they screwed up Update Series Chrome by putting putting retail packs in hobby boxes. Like how do you make such a huge mistake with two of your flagship products? Like it's crazy to me. That ultimately could have been phenomenal. Don't get me wrong; you could still find some good stuff in those, but yeah, this update has been the best there's been in quite a while. Warren Spawn die cut. Yeah, we'll have Series 1 right around the corner. Coming soon. Guess everybody will be clamoring for their Michael Harris cards. Hunter Green rookie. And Vladdy relic. Major League material for Daniel. Oh, we have too. We've done great with tops this year. I mean, I can't complain about tops in general. Just what the Tops Chrome and Tops Chrome update were they just did such a crappy job with both of them. It's a shame because I was on Topps site today, um, checking on an order from months ago that I'm still waiting on getting, which is something you guys will know about in the next week or two. But um, they do you know on their website they're still charging $299 for a Topps Chrome hobby box. Like that's just insanity to me that they would even continue to try and sell it at that price. The Bryce Harper throwback. The distributors are selling it at about 140 a box and dying because they can't sell it. I mean, they cannot. I've had these guys. I've talked to all of them about. They're like, it just sits here on the shelf. Like nobody wants it because of those silver packs, And Top still sells it at $299 a box on their site. Like that's amazingly. I don't even know what to call it. I mean, just arrogant of them. Yeah. And then the whole. You would think after what happened with Topps Chrome and it being such a big deal and it not selling. And I mean, I guess Topps probably doesn't care because it's not like they're taking the product back from Southern or GTS or any of those. Plus, they canceled half their contracts with these guys, so they're all telling them to go screw anyway. Um, like, I guess because they already sold it to distributors, they don't care too much. But my, oh my, it's the guys tell me like guy at GTS was telling me they have like literally thousands of cases sitting there. Nobody wants to buy them. Wait around long enough, you'll be getting them for like $90 a box in a year. Nick Tropiano, and even that's why they did the buyback, the MVP buyback, to try and. I mean, they're going to use those cards, but the real reason for the MVP buyback was to get Chrome moving, to get people to buy it, and it's helped, but not that much. I mean, the ultimate hope is if you buy a box of Chrome, you find a judged at 99 and you get your money back, Jacob, there you go. Yeah, but that's the thing though. I mean, to even have to do that is for 120, yeah. The Juan Soto X, yeah. I'm talking about the Aoki boxes. I got the Wave 1 boxes. I have to get the Wave 2. I got a bunch of them. We're going to do breaks with them. Those cards are awesome looking. The Steve Aoki baseball party ones. So, but I want to do it where we're doing 5 boxes of Wave 1, 5 boxes of Wave 2 in a break, like a 10-box break. And I'm waiting. I have 30 Wave 2 boxes coming in they're supposed to be here soon. Because the Wave 1s are just sitting here on my shelf for like the last 10 days. Yeah, I mean, it's crazy. I mean, it will be interesting to see what they do with all these buyback cards. And it also worries me about what they did, why they had to include this new one, Switch, in it or whatever it's called, because it must have screwed that up somehow too. And that hasn't even come out yet. CJ Abrams rookie. Trevor Story, the 2022 for Boston for Chris. Look, I told you, we've been talking about it recently. I've had so many quality control issues with Tops this year. It has been out of control. We've all seen it lately a lot with missing autos, the half cut cards, all the, every freaking box in a case of triple threads having the same base cards in it. Like it's worrisome as to what's going on over there. And everyone loves the Fanatics and this. I don't think Fanatics has anything to do with it. I think they're just lazy. Bryson Stott generation now. Oh yeah. Well, I mean, there's the damage to the cards, the off-centerness, the in update, all the stuff that's scratched is out of control. Like the surface. I mean, the cuts have been bad for a long time now, especially in Bowman. Bowman cuts have been the worst for the last like 2, 3 years, but the surface issues with updates, Chrome Update, have been ridiculous. I mean, we've pulled cards out with tape on them. We've pulled cards out with like huge, like look like someone took a knife to the front of them. Torkelson rookie. And I mean, look, I get it. I'm not. Believe me, I've done this for so long and been in this hobby for so long. Anybody who thinks every card's going to come out of the pack in pristine condition is just fooling themselves. Of course, there's going to be damage sometimes. Of course, there's going to be problems here and there. I mean, the stuff ships and ships and ships, and they don't necessarily do a huge service to the way they package this stuff. But you've also seen a lot of stuff that is just negligence, um, by the people who run the company, the guys signing the cards, the this, the that, whatever. And I mean, okay, again, we're in the hobby and we take it much more seriously than a lot of these people do. So I do understand maybe we're a little, over the top, but some of it's just, you can see what they've done and know that, they could take a second to do it better. Um, those cuts on that was the one that really got me. The Bowman first draft box that we opened had all these parallels that were literally cut in half. Like, okay, one, I get it. It happens here or there. Bryson Stott rookie, but to have 6 or 7 in one box is insane. And then, of course, when I contact them, they just tell me, yeah, whatever. Like, go spit. Like, all right. Oh, Panini Redemption is a joke. We've talked about Panini Redemption 1,000 times. I have 22 redemptions with Panini, some of them as old as 9 years with them right now. And not a single one of them is anywhere even close to being filled. I don't know if they'll ever be filled, to be honest with you. But I actually just checked it like a week or two ago. My oldest one is from 9 years ago. It's still up there. And I've even asked for replacements. They don't even send the replacements. Like, because none of them honestly are really anything crazy. Arenado Black Gold, um like if there was something that was like a 101 or something that was really valuable, I'd probably be more be on them a little bit about it. But I mean, most of it's $10 cards. I don't really care that much. Just the fact that they sit there for that long is amazing, and they don't even attempt to try and do anything. Zach Davies, pink Mother's Day for Arizona for John Orr. 40 of 50 on that one. Yeah, I mean, higher graded cards would be more valuable. Yeah, of course they would. But I mean, unless you're one of the people who gets those cards, they're cut properly or centered properly, or, it's neither here nor there. I mean, I know everybody's got huge opinions on grading. I think grading, for the most part, is a scam, to be honest with you. I mean, you get grades based on how the guy feels that day. You can show 100 cards that have legitimate issues that you can see with your eyes and still get tens, but at the same time, if it raises the value of your card that much, like when I grade, I mostly grade just for my PC to protect them. I don't really even care so much about the grade. I mean, okay, if it's higher, that's great, but it's rare that I grade something for just to sell it. Because I don't want to go through the process, to be honest with you. I'd rather just sell the card and be done with it for the most part. But yeah, I mean, if the bulk of the Bowman cards are miscut and you happen to get one that's cut well, then yeah, it should benefit you in the long run. But Joe Dunn rookie, I'd rather everybody get one cut nice. Can't believe Panini Redemption. I have a Wander Franco auto. I'm worried they'll never send. I can tell you that, and I've had autos as old as 5 and 6 years on redemption that were sent, that I did receive eventually. And I actually got one. I got a Michael Kopech rookie that was from Diamond Kings just recently, like in the last month, and that was 3 years old or something like that. So I mean, they will send them if they get them, but and yes, Panini and them, they're horrible bound, but it also falls on the player too. If the player doesn't sign, what can they do? I mean, it's ridiculous, but part of it is you should like write the player and be like, "Yo, Wander, sign your cards, man." All right, Silverbacks, Haniger, Hernandez, Lopez, and for Seattle, Matt Brash, rookie, numbered 38 of 75. That has a crack in the case. You can get it recased. That's no big deal. Peralta, Jackson, Kellenic, and Lowe, rookie. I mean, you can usually send them in and get them recased for like $20 or so. I don't even know how much it is these days, but it was a PSA grade, right? Did they happen to leave that out of the description? Oh, yeah, by the way, there's a massive crack in the case. Montero, rookie. Vaughn and Biggio. And we got 1026. CJ Abrams, rookie. Torkelson, rookie. Judge and Kutch. All righty, guys. I want to thank everyone for joining us this evening. As always, I couldn't do this without you guys, and I truly appreciate it. If you're not in our Bowman break coming up, we'll be back Thursday night with tons of new and fun stuff next week, including new Finest next week. I love Finest. Finest is a 25 to read. Isn't that what you paid for the card? I still think you got a good deal on the card, man. So, otherwise, please stay safe, stay healthy out there, and bear with me for just a sec while I put a little hit recap together here. All right, so we did have this one rivalry love card that was a rainbow parallel for the Braves and the Nationals. We're just going to roll it. You got it, Mike. Thanks for joining us, buddy. We're just going to roll a die. All right. So odds it'll be the Braves, evens it'll be the Nationals. All right. Make it simple. Is it still on there? Yeah. Okay. A 6, which is even, so it's going to go to the Nationals. All righty, guys. Hit recap for 2022 Topps Update Series 2 for Hobby Box Mixer 21. We just had that guy is going to the Nationals. Yeah, this is actually numbered. What was I thinking? You should go back here. All right. Just a couple cards I pull. Wander Franco, Sweet Shade rookie. Stam Usual blue, not numbered. Otto Lopez rookie short print. And we had the Juan Soto short print. Nice one there. Numbered cards, Matt Brash to 75, Edward Cabrera to 499. Dugout, congratulations to 76. Nice Wander to 299, right? Yeah, 299. Tepera to 499. Zach Davies to 50. Tropiano to 71. And then to 2022, Charlie Barnes, Romy Gonzalez. We had a Michael Taylor to 300 on the stat parallel. Couple more to 2022, Gray, Ruff, Perez, Story. Then hits Frank Thomas to 50 on the All-Star Relic. Jose Altuve, Jackie Robinson commemorative. Vladdy, Major League Material for the Blue Jays. And finally, the Hawk, Andre Dawson, All-Star autograph for the Cubbies. Very cool card. And that is going to do it. I got no problem with SGC. In fact, I like them too, but he's already got a PSA. It's already in a PSA. Slab. So if he's getting it re-slabbed, he needs to send it there and get it redone. To keep his grade, of course. All right, guys. Again, thanks so much for joining me. Hit that like and subscribe on your way out the door, and we'll be back in 5 with draft. Have a good one. Bye.